Welcome to this channel. Subscribe, like this video, comment, and share. The child sent to school. In a quiet village between rolling hills and wide rivers, there was a little girl named Nya, who lived with her parents. They were farmers, working tirelessly under the sun every time in order to provide for their family. Though they had never been to school themselves, they dreamed of a better future for their daughter Nya. One evening, as the sun casted golden colors over the land, Nya's father placed a gentle hand on her shoulder. "My child," he said, "we have decided to send you to school. You must learn to read and write, so you may one day bring wisdom and pride to our family." Nya's heart pounded with both excitement and fear. She had never held a book before, and the thought of school filled her with uncertainty. On the first day she went to school, Nya struggled to understand the teacher's words. Letters danced before her eyes, and numbers seemed like a strange puzzle she could not solve at that moment. Laughter echoed around her as other children, already knowing how to read, whispered about her struggles. Tears filled her eyes, but she refused to let them fall. Just as doubt threatened to consume her, a kind girl named Adana took her hand. "Do not be afraid, Nya," she said. "I will help you." Adana introduced her to a group of friends who loved to study together under the great baobab tree. Day by day, they guided her with patience, turning her fear into determination. Nya listened keenly, practiced tirelessly, and slowly, the strange symbols in her books began to make sense. Seasons passed, and with them, Nya blossomed. She no longer sat in silence, afraid to answer questions. Her voice grew steady, her mind sharp. Teachers began to praise her, and soon, she stood among the brightest in her class. The girl who had once been mocked for her ignorance was now sought after for her wisdom. Her parents, watching from afar, marveled at the transformation. When she returned home, she no longer stumbled over words, but read stories to her younger siblings beneath the stars. Everyone spoke of her with admiration, and even those who had once laughed at her struggles now wished to be like her. Years later, when Nya stood before the entire village holding a certificate of honor, tears glistened in her mother's eyes. "You have done what we only dreamed of," her father said, his voice thick with emotion. "You have brought pride not only to us, but to the whole village." As the people cheered, Nya looked back at the journey she had taken from an uncertain girl to a beacon of hope. She knew then that knowledge was a flame that once lit and could never be extinguished. With a heart full of gratitude, she promised herself that she would return to the village, not just to celebrate, but to teach, so that no child would ever fear the path of learning again. Learning never end.